This segment of the Alice Stewart Show is brought to you by Aero Plumbing. For all your household or business plumbing needs, call Aero Plumbing at 1-866-PLUMBER or schedule an appointment online at aeroplumbing.net.
25 minutes until 8 o'clock, 7:35 here on the Alice Stewart Show. We're going to talk about women at work and women in politics for the next half hour. Coming up, Adrian Elrod with Correct the Record will talk about what Hillary Clinton has in store for the next few years. Give us a little insight there. We're going to talk about women at work here. And the question always remains, is always out there, specifically in an election cycle, about women in the workforce, and is there a pay disparity or a pay gap? Do women make less? And here to talk about this, I'm joined with Kerri Jackson Case, and she is going to talk about an article she has written at talkbusiness.net entitled Women at Work. Kerri, great to have you here.
Thanks so much for having me.
And you write this article. It's filled with a lot of information and stats and figures, but this is it's a personal story for you because you are one of these women in here, and that I met you when you were full bore in the workforce and in broadcasting, and things changed, got married and had kids. And tell us about how you start this off when you're faced with that choice of mommy or money.
Yeah, that was an interesting situation, and it is not unique to me. This is the thing that almost every professional woman I know has to make these kinds of decisions. And for me, our son he needed more attention from a parent, and in our particular family, I am not the primary income. So I took a step back from work to be sure that my son was getting what he needs. Now, I do a kind of work that lends itself to freelancing and have been able to build an alternate route to being successful in my career. But not all women, particularly women with a low education or without a husband who has a comfortable income, they don't get to make the choice that I did. Their children just have to, work through whatever is going on if they need more attention, because, you still have to feed them.
Absolutely. And so you make the choice, rightly so, that kids come first, and you have to do that. But as you say, your story is not unique, and there are women in the workforce. The question is, are they making less than men, and why is that? And you look at Lynette Watts. She is executive director at the Women's Foundation of Arkansas, and there's a report out, Voices of Women report, and it looks at the kind of income that women make in the workforce, and the numbers are quite staggering in terms of the amount of money women make compared to their male counterparts. Give us some of these numbers. Well,
let me just take one step back. There are kind of two reports that are addressed in this piece that I did. First, there was the 1973-2013 piece, and that was a 40-year. Back in 1973, the legislature did a study on where are women today, like just where are we? Looked at education, healthcare, political involvement, business leadership. In 2013, they updated it. And then this year, what Lynette did was do focus groups to see what are some of the attitudes and the entrenched traditions and what is causing that or continuing to keep it where it is. So in 1970, women made up about 38% of the workforce, and they made 60 cents on the dollar to men in Arkansas. In 2013, you have 47% of the labor force is women, and women make 82 cents on the dollar, which is higher than the national average. But that sounds like we're more progressive, but when you look at overall per capita income in Arkansas, everyone gets paid so little that when you get up to 82%, you're still not doing all that well.
So you look at all the different factors, and there's also the fact that women tend to sometimes be better suited for or qualified for jobs that generally don't pay more as opposed to being, say, an engineer or some other type of occupation.
Sure.
So what's the answer? Is it getting women into more higher paid jobs or working on the pay scale?
One of the things that became clear when they were putting together this report was that women from a very early age are steered into certain kinds of jobs. And those are education, some healthcare jobs, hospitality, retail. These are jobs that do not typically pay as well, as you say, engineers,
right.
doctors, that sort of thing. What happens, so first of all, they're being steered into a lower paying profession. But then secondly, once they get there, you're looking at, so secondary, high school. Women make up 79% of the workforce, but women only make up I wrote this down because I wanted to make sure that I had it right. But men, you flip that.
Right.
And men are the ones who are the principals, the superintendents, and so in leadership. So even in that profession, women are being overlooked for promotion. And so you find yourself in a position of, particularly in professional jobs, a lot of the standards for work, and if you're going to be in an office or if you're going to be, how you're going to do the job, are normed to a 1950s male idea.
Right.
And that is not, the question is, does that actually work for us? Can we continue as a state, as a country, as an economy to make it incredibly difficult for women of school-age children or smaller to do well? I mean, we're so connected. I mean, I can be at home and do work. I can do work from Mars practically.
Right, with the internet and social media and Skype and just conference calls, you can do so many things from home.
I have never had a client shy about texting me at any time that they've
Funny, me either. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the key. And I think I encourage folks to go to talkbusiness.net and look at this. It's a very well researched piece. You also delve into the minimum wage aspect of this. You look at more money, more problems, and winning in a different way. And there's so many things we can talk about. I'd love to have you back on and delve into each of these because they're all very valid points. And,
right.
And the key is women oftentimes are making the difficult decision between staying home or trying to find a balance. And the key is making it work for you and your family.
I think the one thing I want people to know is it doesn't have to be this hard. We can make changes to make it easier for parents, not just women, but parents to fully participate in our economy.
Very good. All right, Kerri Jackson Case, you can see this at talkbusiness.net, and we appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much.
All right, we will take a break. When we come back, Hillary Clinton, what will she be doing for 2016? Is she going to run? Is she not? Adrienne Elrod with Correct the Record joins us after this break. This segment of the Alice Stewart Show was brought to you by Arrow Plumbing. For all of your household or business plumbing needs, call Arrow Plumbing 1-866-PLUMBER or schedule an appointment online at arrowplumbing.net.